Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today I am playing StarMade. And today we are going back to the basics and I want to talk about cameras. Yes, cameras. The wonderful, wonderful camera block. First we need us a spaceship. Oh, let's grab one of my Corvettes. Let's see. Oh, I'm not in a faction. Okay. Oh, that's right. I hopped out. So this is my Ember class Corvette. It is a smallish ship, if you will. Well, small for me. It's a step above a fighter, like 4 steps below my big frigate. I need a regular sized frigate. Anywho, this is one of my scout vessels, and as such, I like to be able to see out of it. So we're going to use it as our base for cameras. So what is a camera? A camera is this block right here. Let's go to the roof. This block. Generally, you place it with the arrow, or the big lens here, is the way it's going to, or the lens of the camera, basically. And there's the back end, so you can use it as a decorative block. And in fact, they're kind of cool as decorative blocks. And now I can I can see the world through this perspective when fly mode. Well, how do you do that? Well, first go into fly mode, and you'll notice that the view from the core isn't great. I mean, look at it. I can see stuff in the middle of the ship. So, using your left and right arrow keys, you can cycle through cameras. So I'm going to press left on my arrow key, and I've moved to this camera. I can still fly the ship. I can still shoot and all those wonderful things. Whee! Wow, that takes lots of power. Anyway, I can still shoot and fly and all those good things, but I'm looking at a different angle. And if I hit the button again, or actually hit right, this is my nose camera. I usually have a nose camera. Oftentimes they'll be jammed in the armor somewhere. And I will use that for actually flying and whatnot. Or to have a nice big clear view screen. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. A nice clear view screen so I don't have stuff in the way. There's not a block blocking my view, or I don't have this. So half the screen you see is, I lifted my hand up to the monitor. Half the screen is standard armor. That's not really good for aiming or seeing what's going on. So I like to put one out here in the nose. Anyway, so what else can we do with this camera block? All right, we are in the camera block on the top. I know because I can see the roof. If you press the P key while in the camera, then use your regular navigation keys, you can set the where the camera is actually looking. I'm still in camera mode. So if I want, I can fly all the way back here, even use shift to move around faster. I press P again to set it. And now I have a third-person over-the-shoulder, horrible over-the-shoulder. There we go. Oh, I like to have them on the left, or have them on the right. There we go. That's a little better over-the-shoulder view, if you will. Camera angle. I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. So this middle thing is no longer the center of the ship. It's still the center of your screen and view, but it's not the center of the ship. This will take a little more mental gymnastics to rectify in your brain. So let's see here. Let's pull in a cargo ship. A 32-meter cargo ship. See, now I can, there we go. See, I'm not going where the middle or the circle is. Well, I sort of am because I'm kind of tilted that way. But that's no longer the direction of the ship. You have to use the ship to navigate. And some people might find this easier. In fact, there are some things, especially when maneuvering in tight spaces, I think that'd be a lot easier than using like a first-person view. Right, so let's hop back to here. Now, let's say you've moved your ship around. In fact, you can even look backwards at it. Then when you find it, press P again to set, and I am moving and I'm shooting, and it's just kind of shooting wherever it wants now. I think Did I get that? Oh, I hit it. Ooh. Sorry, cargo ship. So, you're here and you're thinking, I don't want to be here. I mean, I want to be in the original spot. Press O. Press O, and then P again to lock it in, and there you go. Now, saving the saving cameras is a bit fidgety. Also notice that when I'm up here, well, first of all, this feels weird, and the lasers don't go exactly where I expect them because I'm actually firing up here, but the outputs are down here. So you'll have to adjust firing from different camera views. That's another benefit of having a nose camera right with your weapon outputs. It's easier to judge how the weapons will behave. Just use homing missiles. I mean, then it's easy to figure out how they'll behave. Anyway, saving cameras and blueprints and things like that, that's not always as easy as it sounds. Sometimes they will not save if you assign them like a weird, like the captain's chair type deal, if you assign this and you blueprint this ship, it may or may not remember that this is where this camera is. It might not. It just luck of the draw. So be ready to reset cameras if you have to. Now, it will remember camera facings, and that's another good thing for cameras is a docking camera. In fact, you can pull this out, and let's pull in. Actually, let's go to the other side of this vessel. Oh, no, there's a dock right there. We're going to use that dock. All right. And let's actually use this camera. Parking cameras are the best. So I can use this. We're going to park. So if you don't like using the docking beams, this is the way to do it. So you use this camera to sort of get you lined up. And flying in a non-forward way is really strange because the WASD does the exact same thing. It is not relative to the camera. So when you press W, the ship goes forward. When you press S, the ship goes backwards. And you have to adjust your brain to think that way. So let's move to... here we go. To this camera. Let's go O and P. We need to move down. Down and up is easy in this mode. And I need to move backwards, except now that just totally changed because moving W and D and now is actually doing what I want it to. And when you're in a sideways camera, you can't control the pitch and yaw of the ship. You're just kind of stuck. Not sure why. But that's a docking unit. Okay. Okay. Ooh. So cameras are really fidgety. And this is why I don't usually use there we go. But I don't usually use actual docking like that. I use the docking beams or magnetic docking, a pickup rail usually. I don't think this one has one on it. Anyway, so that is a great use for a camera, is as a parking camera, basically. Other things you can do with cameras, you can make them look straight down, you can tie them to internal, like a security camera. See, there's not a lot to other than they give you different perspectives. Why are you staring at the wall? That is interesting. That should not be... Oh, no. Huh. I've broken the camera. Again, they don't always work the way you want them to. Press P, I look here, I press P, and it snaps me back to forward viewing. I don't know why it did that. So be careful with your cameras. Sometimes they just don't work quite right. So make sure you place them. Don't go camera crazy. I found once you get too many of them, they don't work the exact way you want them to. So let's take that one out. And yep, that was still staring at the wall. When I press P, it remembers I was this way. When I press P to lock it down, it snaps me backwards. That's interesting. But you can always use them here as a security camera. You can look around. In fact, you can look around this way. And a sneaky thing you can do with a camera or in build mode even is spy on other people's ships. See how much damage we did? Oh, look, there's a hole there. Oh, here's where the reactor is. It's here. So I can hit right in the O of 608, and that will go and hit the front of this reactor and probably mess a whole bunch of stuff up, like all the logic used for opening the doors. And good grief, how much of a reactor? Oh no, it's a cargo ship, but its frame was originally as a fighter carrier. That's why it has such a large reactor. And it needs it to power the thrusters. Huh. Anywho, that's been fun. And then hit O to snap you back that way. And those are cameras. They're sorta, kinda like the old cockpit blocks, but you cannot enter a camera with R. So you have to be in the ship, then jump around to different cameras. So you can't have a pilot and a guy on cameras and another guy on cameras. Nope. Only the pilot gets to use the cameras. You can use build blocks for that, but cameras are only one person can control the cameras, and they have to be the one flying the ship too. All right, well that was fun and a bit glitchy, but hey, it's StarMade. Lots of things are a bit glitchy. There's our nose camera. All right, I have been JW608. This has been StarMade, and I will do you cats later.